50%. Connection to Galaxy S6 and longer play.
So guys, we have half an hour until the race starts. So I chose this track because it goes to the jungle as well. Not sure, you probably don't make it. Still, get some decent warm up. So still 28 minutes to warm up. We'll go in around 5 minutes ahead. So 22 minutes left. Just want to spin a bit. about to start stage 4 in 20 minutes. Stage 4 will go through the jungle, that's why we are on the mountain bike already. It's a bit slow, these roads I know. I just want to be prepped and I'll change the bike after. Yeah, let's just floor it from the start, get to the front group, and hopefully stick with the front group for the entire ride. There's a bit of climbing in there, so it might be tough at some point. We'll see. It's not a really long one, it's gonna be pretty fast. I'm guessing we'll do about half an hour, maybe just over. Probably just over. Like 32 minutes, 33 minutes of riding, something like that. I did a little bit of research, asked around here and there, and mountain bike is actually the fastest on the course, the jungle course. If you just do the same wattage for the same weight compared to the gravel bike, the mountain bike is a few seconds faster, but some people make the choice for the gravel bike because the finish is behind a long bridge, and on the bridge the gravel bike is 1 second faster than the mountain bike. So if you attack on the bridge with the gravel bike, you have a small advantage toward the mountain bike, but over the entire course you have a little bit of a disadvantage. The choice is if you think it's gonna come to a sprint and you want to have the best possible outcome, you should go for the gravel bike, but for me it's all about sticking with the front group. So mountain bike is the way to go, and it's not like you're written off if you're on the mountain bike. It's just 1 second, so if you catch a good draft, you overcome the gravel bike as well. You can overcome it. So yeah, mountain bike for sure. The only thing, if you saw the race yesterday, the Pro-Am race, you saw some teams like the Canyon team go for the gravel bikes tactics wise, because they knew they could stay with the front group pretty easy on the on the gravel, and they wanted to have the best advantage for the sprint. They came short just an inch, but yeah, it was a nice tactic. But they did have to get a little bit of energy extra through the entire course. That's how I know the 1 second difference, by the way. I went to Lionel yesterday. I asked him why they chose for the gravel bike, because most of the statistics said the mountain bike is better and faster on this course. And yeah, he explained me that it was 1 second faster on the bridge, and the tactics were to attack there. So they wanted to have the best advantage over the competition, because most teams were on the mountain bike, right? And actually their tactic went really well, because they stayed with the front group on the gravel bikes really well. They went for the sprint, but the sprint started just a tiny tad too soon, and they couldn't keep up, because after the bridge there's some gravel just before the finish, so the gravel bike loses a little bit of speed there, and that's where the peloton came back. I think Lionel went from first position over the bridge to fifth on that last 100 meters. But yeah, overall, it's he said himself it's the best choice to take the mountain bike if you're just doing a race solo. There is no better choice. So there we are on the mountain bike, 50 minutes before we go to the race start. I know I could have gone for the normal bike for this road until we hit the dirt, but I just want to equip it as soon as possible and have some fun on it, right? It's pretty cool being on the mountain bike. It's slow, but it's cool. It will be much faster once the race starts. We start pushing this bike to its limit. Or the bike pushes me to my limit. I think that's more accurate. A little bit of gravel here. Let's get those wheels dirty. You can see the bike in front of me, he just passed me and now he's just slowing down so much. And for me it doesn't change a thing. That's cool, right? Pretty looking forward. It's the first time I will be racing in the jungle environment since the update. Till a few months ago you could have just go to the jungle circuit on the normal bike and there wasn't any difference between road and gravel. But since the update I'm not too keen about changing bikes during a race. So yeah, either I hope to be races to be bike specific, and this one is something like that, right? You can make a choice for gravel or mountain bike, but there is a clear winner, and that's what I want to know. It's not like you will have to start first 5 kilometers on set bike and then stop, go to your keyboard, change the bike, go back on it. I don't want races to become like that. That's not my thing. Because then you will be like in an advantage or disadvantage as for the equipment you have. Do you have your keyboard set beside you, your mouse set beside you, do you have Apple TV, whatever. You have somebody helping you to change it. It can save a few seconds, and a few seconds can do really a lot in cycling. So that said, this event is not like that. Most people will be on the mountain bike, I guess. Some people will choose for the gravel bike, but they will have it a little bit harder. So to be honest, I wish most of them have the gravel bike, because then I will have an advantage. But there is no requirement of bike changes during the race. Like in some cases, the road to the sky went through the jungle for a bit, and then people had to like start calculating if it would be an advantage to stop, change the bike, mount the mountain bike, pedal through the jungle, stop, change the bike again for your climbing bike, and then hit the climb. And then they would calculate how much you save when you do that, how much you lose by stopping 2 times. And then at some points it comes close, and then yeah, I wouldn't like that. It would be weird, right? If they want to create an environment like that, they should like create like an automatic switch or something, so you can in advance say which bike and which setup it should change to, and then you have like, if you go from the road to the jungle, there's like a little side stop where the guy goes through, and then it automatically changes to your presettings. That should be a thing. That could be a thing. Like you choose your setup for the flat, and then you have a section where the jungle starts, and then you can select your mountain bike or your gravel bike, and then you have another section for the climb, and then you have your climbing set which you can choose from, and then when the race starts it remembers your settings, and then at a certain point the entire group changes the bike on a presetting, but you don't lose time or gain time by changing it as the game does it for you. Then you still have the thing of your own choice of bike and your own choice of gear sets and wheels. But there's no technical advantage. So that could be a thing, but I think that will require some more CPU and memory from the game, so the game will become bigger, less playable on mobile devices, I guess, because it gets harder and harder. But it's been a while since we've done 2 laps in the jungle. Today we will. I think it's a little lead-in, not long. Might be even this one, this climb, not sure. Really not sure where the start is of the jungle circuit. But it will be important to stick with the front. And once we hit the dirt, it hopefully becomes a little bit easier, except for the small climbs on the way. But there's no really big leaps, so if we keep on the pressure, we hopefully maintain the group. And I'm expecting hopefully, I'm expecting to go to the finish with like 20-25 people in the front group, and then have a little bit of a sprint in the end. So we probably get over the bridge and then a little bit of the next climb, and then it will be about time to go to the race start. Hopefully I didn't see the start yesterday. They were already on the road when I tuned in. So I hope the start isn't too much on the road, but it goes to gravel quickly. We'll see. If not, yeah, most people will be on the mountain bikes as well, so I guess we don't have that much of a disadvantage there. So the tactic is to push hard first minute, then find our way in the front group, hopefully. Then we hope it calms down a bit, and then we save as much energy as we can for the small climbs. Stick with the front and see where that brings us, right? It is a circuit. If you get dropped by a group, you will lose time very, very quickly. So it's really important to stick with the front and yeah, to give that little bit of extra energy in the start to save up a lot of time and energy during the race. First race on the mountain bike though, so pretty excited, to be honest, to see how the mountain bike feels on the gravel. I've done the steering mountain bike single track, which is quite fun. Wouldn't do it like every day or something. It's quite fun. Maybe if they like make a thing out of it, that might be cool. Like if they add the single track to a race or something. Maybe it's a little bit misplaced, but they should like make a single track in the jungle, for example. And then you have like road, hit the jungle, then you have a single track for the race. This is awesome, right? Obviously, at this point no steering, so automatically steering, but still the single track, no crashing involved. So if you pedal harder, you can just pass someone. I think that would be awesome. It would attract a whole lot of people as well who like mountain biking. And cyclists like me who like road biking more, but still want to have fun. Try something else. It doesn't require that much of an effort riff-wise. They just have to create a connecting part for the jungle, like they did on the sequoias. They can also make the sequoias like 50-50, right? If they just make the roads of the that goes to the sequoias to Titan's Grove. If they like take 30% of the road left or right and make that dirt, they can just make my ID in the sequoias as well. Then you have like the hilly part, but the mountain bikes, they automatically go to the dirt part of the road, so they go faster there. Everybody enjoys it. Then they add the mountain bike part to the race, come back on the road, but the road is a little bit of dirt, so yeah. They don't have to change much, they just have to change the roads in the sequoias a little bit dirt on the side. And there you go. Would be awesome, I guess. Meanwhile, we are warming up for 25 minutes. 2 more minutes to go. And then we'll join the event. We're also leveling up a little bit faster than usual because of the double experience points of the Tour of Vodopia. So every kilometer we are doing during the tour, during the race, we get double the experience. So like now today we do a 22k race that should equal 44 kilometers. on a normal race. And that adds up quickly, right? So if you do like the group ride, where you do like standard 40k in the Tour of Vodopia group ride, that equals to 80 kilometers of riding normally. So yeah, I'm doing the races most of the time. I did one longer group ride of about 55 kilometers, 54 kilometers. So that equals to over 100 kilometers of experience. So that gave me a big boost. But every day I'm racing the stage as well. And then today it's 22, and then the previous races were 17 or 18 kilometers. So yeah, they count as well, of course. That makes it count for like 36 kilometers as for experience wise. So yeah, it's counting more than it. So yeah, actually we're just doing the downhill and then the gravel starts, so we actually did the entire warm-up on the normal road, but that's okay. I think the starting pens are here somewhere where I am at this point. So I don't think the climb is part of the race anymore, just it. That would be awesome, because if the climb is there, it will be even more intense of staying with the front. There's always some sandbaggers that like to climb, and if they push through, then the entire group is split up. So hopefully a little bit of downhill for the start would be awesome. Downhill and flats are the best. During the event. So let's see where we are. So yeah, it's like we expected. We are starting on the road, but it's not that far from the gravel. And most people are as well on the mountain bike, I see. So yeah, shouldn't be different than otherwise, power-wise. If there are some people who are mistakenly on the wrong bike, then the start might be a little bit epic, but it's important to just stick with the mountain bikes and not chase needlessly on road bikes who might have a fast start, but once they hit the gravel they will drop one by one for sure. Haven't seen much road bikes anyhow, so haven't seen much gravel bikes neither. I thought some people might have gone for it, but as far as I've seen, none. Can we change camera here? Yeah. As far as I see, no other thing than the mountain bike, so it will be a mountain bike race. Not much different tactics going on. We have 2 minutes before race starts. I did 25 minutes of warm-up, so I'm gonna just chill a bit. My guess is just over half an hour. I think the pros did it in like just under half an hour, so yeah. Knowing they're pro and we are not. I'm guessing around 5 minutes more, five most of the time, something like that. So yeah, 35 minutes maybe. We'll see. One more minute. We will be hitting 100 once the race starts, I guess. 100 people, so it will be important to go to the front of the group. I don't have much knowledge of the racetrack, although I've driven it, so let's have fun, right, guys? Let's have fun and let's see how we do. Maybe get some knowledge for one of the next ones. We can try again. But today the main goal is stick with the front and then yeah, be part of the finish. That's the plan. I'm not expecting to win. The last two races we were top 10, so it would be awesome if we can do that, but that's a big achievement, 90 people. So it will be happy. Let's see how the track and the bike is for our legs and see if we can have a good time on the small climbs here. And we'll see where we end up. I'm going to start to pedal, 20 seconds to go. So I'm expecting a pretty fast start, and then hopefully it cools down once we hit the dirt. Have fun, guys. First group is in fact we made the gap already, so just important to maintain in this group at this point and get some good distance going in case we get dropped. Group behind us is chasing though. There might be a few coming back, not much though. The chasing group got split up. I'm guessing we're around 25 people or something. Here we go. 2 laps to go, guys. So, two catches behind me. I'm gonna let them come for a descent. Looks like me and this Danish guy will go for the finish. I still have some sprint in the legs, so I'm gonna save up. Maintaining the gap behind. And then try to pounce just behind the bridge. Maintain the gap behind, 5 seconds.
Don't you hold your breath.
So, great finish, smart driving from me, I think. Although I didn't maintain the gap on the guy behind, he did manage to close a pretty big gap on the descent. So I was hoping he would be pretty tired from that, and so it was. So it was me and my friend for the sprint. I saw him coming from behind, just behind the road part when the gravel started, so that's ideal. That's like just under 200 meters of sprinting, and yeah, they both gave me a good wheel. Barely overtook him in the end, so he did have a really good kick. But timing wise, for me, it was the best. A good short sprint, some higher wattages. So you have to be honest, it was a really fun race. There are some big climbs for me. It is the climb toward the bridge is pretty long. So the first time around, we managed to stay with the front. We grouped back up. We had a really good descent. Got in a really good time on the competition behind. But the second time around, mentally I wasn't strong enough to push as hard as the first time. Don't know why, but I decided to just go my own pace and go with the other droppers and let the first guys fly. Maybe was hoping to catch them again just behind the top, but they gapped us too big. Everybody was doing their own thing, so no problem. We had a good gap behind, like I said, because of that first climb and that first descent. And I wasn't alone, so I was able to keep some drive going, keep the speed in, and keep the advantage. Together with the finish sprint, that gives us a 12th position. Wattage wise, not the best, but there is a long descent, so the long descent really lowers your wattage overall. And we did have a 900 watt kick in the end, so that's good as well, right? For the end of a race, that's pretty okay. I want this number to be in the 1000 soon. If we have like 1000 watt sprints, we can win a lot of them. But yeah, we have to be rested out, and we are lucky that the descent is just before the finish, so in the descent we can recuperate a lot, and then you can see the results. You have more energy for that sprint. Our 5-minute watt was again pretty high. That's probably the start and the first climb, and then overall still pretty high though, 277, knowing we have 2 longer descents where we only did like 200 watts or something, maybe lower. So yeah, really happy with this one. 36 minutes in total. I think we were gambling around 35 minutes, so it's a fun one. And stage 4 is finished. We have 1 stage left. We have 1 stage left, stage 5, in a couple of days, and then we finished the tour. And we might do a few more group rides after. The group rides basically are races, right? If they were actually group rides, I would enjoy them better. Although you don't feel like you have the pressure beforehand. People push and you have a positioning on the right hand side. So yeah, it's actually just a longer race, the group ride. That's why I'm just doing the races, and so far they're going really good. I don't know what the last one will be. I think that will be another climb somewhere, but maybe up the Zwift. It might be. Might possibly be. The race up the Zwift. Oof. That's gonna be tough and long. Tough and long, guys. But yeah, I'm happy with this. Let's have a quick look. Let's go profile, and then you want to see this. That's the group, right? No, 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 no. I'm hoping for a podium position. Oh, you actually won this? No. No, stage 3. How we won this because of the guy in front yesterday got disqualified because he was doing 4 watts a kilo. So I actually won this one, which is awesome, boys. So we had one B rider, we had an A rider here, we had another B rider, so these will be disqualified. We had quite some B riders with us, and we still managed to get 12th position. Awesome, awesome, boys. So yeah, we'll have a look at the results once they're uploaded. Have a coffee and enjoy the rest of the day at work. So thank you guys for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Hope to see you guys tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow morning we will be here for another ride. Hoping. I don't think I'll do this one again. So maybe we'll do the longer ride. We have to get a little bit earlier in. And yeah, have some fun. Okay guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and I see you guys tomorrow.